Greetings, everyone. I have such a dark idea that I would like to share with you that I do not expect anyone to actually act on. It's just something that I noticed as a pattern, and I thought it might be interesting to debate in a philosophical context only, as like a thought experiment, not something that we practice. So the idea is what I call the Squid Game reality theory. Now, this theory is that society's population is escalating in size, larger population, as we get more better access to medicine, people illnesses are cured and they survive longer, and better living conditions, they live longer, and people have more children, and the population just keeps getting bigger. And you will notice in, say, India and China, they have some of the biggest populations in the world. Now, the issue is that in China and India, they follow a similar method as the West in the context that you think you study, you work hard, you get a job, you succeed in life. But the dilemma is that there's so many people in India and China that there's not many jobs left. And of course their economy is not worth much. So what do? They go to other countries with the population smaller, thus the jobs higher, more jobs available. And so what we find is lots of Chinese and India people migrating out of their overpopulated countries into countries like America and the UK and Australia and parts of Europe like Norway and Sweden and Germany and etc. etc. You get the point. Yeah, then the Republicans come across and say, no, we must have stricter borders. Must not let them in. Okay, well, then the other side says, no, we must let them in. How hypocrisy. America built on melting pot. UK is notorious for colonizing the world with their ideas. But as they think that people cannot go to their country when England went first to their country. You know what I mean? And so there's the debate back and forth. But the issue is it comes down to what I call the Squid Game reality theory. And this theory is that no matter what borders you put up or what people go anywhere, what your theory is on that whole argument, we still end up with the same issue. All countries are still growing in population, and at some point, every country in the world will have such a large population that there will be no more jobs left. And these jobs are going to get even smaller when AI takes most of the jobs that you would do normally. And so we're going to hit a peak point where there's almost no jobs, but a very big population rapidly growing still. So then that's when the Squid Game reality kicks in. People will start fighting for their jobs. Fiercely. They will fiercely fight for some form of income. And it will become a bloodbath of competition. And this is going to be a very fierce world where people become overly capitalists. Now, I'm not ranting about, say, socialism or communism being better, because that's not better. That's not a solution either. The solution is neither of these political party ideas, communism, socialism, capitalism, all broken, do not work. They do not work in the reality of the modern world where the populations are getting bigger, the jobs are getting smaller, the money is getting stretched to its point that it breaks. Society's economy, an old way of living, of going to school, getting a degree, getting a job, does not work anymore. The system has broken. And at some point, the Squid Game reality will come. A doomsday is coming, where everyone will fight for the smallest dollar to survive. And this is a very grim reality that we are marching forwards to. And The saddest part of it all is the only solution seems to be natural disasters. When things come along and wipe out large numbers of people, and then there's more jobs left for the rest of us. What a completely cynical and dark idea that we conclude to. But one has to wonder, was that a good or bad thing? What is good in this world anymore? Everything is going to get much darker, my friend. Much darker. If you fear that the Squid Game reality will happen one day, please share this video so that at least we can try to think of a solution together before it reaches that point, because once it's there, it will be too late to turn back.